They are collecting propolis. We've had a bad surge in wax moths, and we pulled these frames out of the freezer the other day. I'm hoping I can use some of them today, do some work around here on some different stuff that needs it. Even these frames didn't look like they had any active larvae in them. So, but even the boxes that didn't have bees in them were hit by the wax moths, which I was not expecting. We lost, as well as you can see, that's changed quite a bit. We lost 2 hives to them. Now the reason why we lost 2 hives is actually really simple. A lot of these hives swarmed, and we caught the swarms. Well, some of them obviously. Some of them actually got away. So they're somewhere out and about spreading bees around. But there was actually a few boxes where they swarmed and they either lost their queen or they just never had one hatch out, because in the free boxes that I looked in, where there should have been a new queen, but they had everything built up, I couldn't find any brood. So it's a bad sign when you can't find any brood in your bees. I actually needed them for that box down there, and that box still isn't doing good. I'm going to look into it and see if there's even a group of bees left. I'm actually going to put them into a new box. I want to put them into a nuke. These are actually brand new nukes. They've been getting a paint job from the Oops paint we picked up real cheap. So that's why they're this color. We got these crazy kittens and a grown cat, and they are not having fun. Well, the kittens are. Mr. Grumpy over there ain't. So that's why you hear cats everywhere. There's kittens around here. Now, I secured the bottom to the box with these little corners, so it ought to hold it. So I want to put that 8 frame into this if it still looks puny like it did. And I may have to pull brood. I may have to look for brood to pull to keep feeding it, sustaining it. It was a swarm. It lost its queen. So the queen must have been damaged or hurt during their swarm. She didn't make it. They were just building comb and putting pollen and nectar into it. I went and actually found a queen cell, a singular queen cell, out of the hive way back there. That hive on the end, what we call the mean bees. I found a queen cell in that hive. I actually found 2, but they needed their queen cell because they had recently swarmed and their queen cell not hatched yet. So I had to leave one in there, and I put one in here. So hopefully they have a queen. It's just they're so small that they don't need that box. Or at least they didn't the last time I looked at them. They may be at a point now that they can use it, but I'm not seeing very many bees coming out, and I'm worried about them getting robbed. I know our nectar flow is going, but I've seen a load of bees robbing these empty frames from where we had these dead outs from the wax moths. We've got more frames up there to do, and there was just bees all over them robbing them out. We gotta put those frames in the freezer and let them kill off the infestation. But I pulled that box. I'm hoping she can put slap another coat of paint on it. I'm running solo today. Now, these boxes were empty, but they had ants in them, and I found wax moths in them, which surprised me. I was not expecting to find wax moths in empty boxes, but I did. And all these frames are just shot. I didn't even bother pulling them out. There's not really anything left in terms of foundation. It's all been shot. I'm hoping though that I can pull those frames out, see which ones have the little strip for nailing down for foundation, and clean them up and put new foundation in them. Now it looks like there's still ants over here at this box. Yeah, they were all over this. They were all in this thing, and they were sitting right there. They fell over the other day. The ants move in so quickly. Like, I had a box sitting down there. I know it's gone up now, but whenever we were dealing with the swarm, I left the box empty, sitting down there for one day. I went and collected it, and it was full of ants. Just full of them. Oh, these kittens have to come over here. Y'all better not be around me whenever we get into the bees. One of y'all's antagonized them and gotten stung, poor thing, but they won't leave me. Even whenever I go into the bees. The weirdest thing though about this is, look at that mess right there. That mess covers the entrance. I can only assume that it was the ants that did this. Honestly. I can only assume it was the ants. But they sealed off this entrance to this box. I assume to keep other stuff out like bees, because we put this up as a swarm box. But the ants moved into it. But what I found funny is yesterday, whenever I was cleaning this box out, I found let me lift it up. This kitten's wanting to look. Yeah, see, look at there, they're all underneath it. I found bees working on that, so I can only assume that maybe it's propolis, or it has some propolis in it, because I saw a honeybee working that yesterday whenever I pulled them out and emptied them out and actually went to work getting those frames out. There's a bee inspecting it. Oh, you're gonna get stung. But yeah, we lost them. You can see where they were. And this box is actually empty. I don't know what happened to those bees. They must have left. Maybe they merged into these hives. But it's empty. No signs of the moths the last time I checked, but I need to check again. We got these boxes down here that I want to look at. All these strawberries. So that's 6. What we call the mean hive. This is a swarm, and these cats are following me. This is a swarm. You can see they've been working real good on pulling those rubber bands out. They've been fixing those frames up good. And this is red, which they were the third hive that had no brood at all. So I went into the established hives. 3 of them had no brood at all and no sign of a queen cell. 6 had 2 queen cells. So I bought 3 queens. I put them in the boxes. Unfortunately, 2 of the queens did not make it. The boxes could have been saved, but I didn't have the brood to put into the boxes. So the hives became too weak, and the wax moths overtook them. Now, This hive, though, was strong enough to survive. And as you can see, they are still doing good, and they got their queen out. They accepted her. I've not spotted her in there, but I've not really done too much digging around in there. The last time I messed around in there, they were a little ill. So I didn't do too much digging in there. I was mainly looking at the dead outs and then these up here. So yeah, that one, nothing's going on there. You can see a bee there, but they're not really. There's not a hive in there. They might be bees in there looking for possibly resources or scouts. Now, that 8 frame, they're doing good. That's a split I did, and they are really pulling in the resources. They're working on their frames. I'm going to see if they have any empty frames left, because I'm going to try to put some of that old foundation in there for the queen to lay in, so they don't have to build out comb. And then we got these 2 nukes that are, well, obviously one's exploding and the other one doesn't look to be as active, but there's a reason why. Now, little bee, what you doing there? Oh, I'm in their way, so I'm going to step out of their way. They're a little eel at me for getting in their way. They're not really going full on at me, they're just kind of observing me. So now the hive that looks really active, it's nothing but brood. The nuke on the end that doesn't look as active, it's actually got 2 frames of honey in it. They've been working on their honey more than their brood. And so that's why it doesn't look as active. Cats over there at them. I'm trying to grow mushrooms here. I can see a piece of my cardboard has slipped off of some of my mulch. I'm trying to grow mushrooms here, and the instructions said to cover them in something such as cardboard. So that is what I did. Trying to grow Kingstophorias or wine caps. Those bees have finally left me alone. They determined I wasn't that much of a problem. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get some mushrooms to come up here. You can eat the Kingstophorias. They get real big. Now, I'm worried about that nuke right there. Not the one on the end, that one right there. I'm worried about it swarming. It was a swarm. I don't know if it'll swarm again. But there's so many bees in there. They cover the front of the hive in the evening. So I'm worried about them swarming. So what I want to do is probably just put a super on it. I have some 5-frame supers. The reason why is we've been thinking about selling some bees. Even though we lost a couple of hives, we still have 6 good hives. And then if that one back there is still alive and I can save it, that'll be 7. And that's really just, it's a little bit much. I'm more fine with just having free hives. So we were thinking of selling some bees. We're not sure on which ones yet, but it might be the nukes, just because they're already nukes. So we can just put them in the new nukes that we bought and sell them bees and new nukes. So that way somebody's getting a good deal and they're not getting these old boxes. They're getting new boxes. But we're not completely sure yet. Now, in other news, ooh, now, boy, He does not like the camera, my God. And I started shaking my hand, which closed the camera, and then he went for my face. That has been happening more and more often, which isn't great. It means we can't do too much out in the yard. But I was standing out in their flying path, so don't tell him, but I don't know if he actually got me or not. He went for my face. Well, I say him, her. She went for my face, so I'm just hoping she'll leave me be, see that I'm not bugging them. She went for the camera though first, which this camera's pretty hot. But like I was saying before that happened, in other news, this box right here, this bird box, it's got hornets in it, which isn't good. It's actually got European hornets in it. We've seen them come out and fly around and go back in. And I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of them, because I think they might be nesting there so they can snack on the bees. So, trying to figure that out. Plus, they're starting to get a little bit more aggressive over the porch. We've had a few of them fly into the porch after us. So, trying to figure out the best way to get rid of them. Unfortunately, that birdhouse is on a hook. It's not on a nail. I was thinking of trying to pull it off at night in a bee suit and put it in a container that they can't chew out of. But I don't know how well that'll work. But yeah, I'm going to see about going in these bees. It looks like some of them are pissy though. I'm not sure how to deal with that genetic wise. That was one of the queens that I had bought was, everybody had said they were gentle. But then of course I lost 2 out of the 3 hives I put them in. I was trying to get some calmer genetics to try to diffuse the more defensive genetics that we're starting to see. I'm not sure why that bee came after me. It may have been because I was standing in their flight path. It could be that they don't like this camera. But yeah, I'm not sure how to diffuse them exactly. Alright, here we go. Let's see if there's any bees in here. The smoker. Alright. I'll sit that there. I'm going to move this over here. Alright. Oh yeah, look at them go. Look at that. There's bees in here. Not too many, but there are bees. Sit this over here, out of the way. 1, 2, 3, about 3 good frames. And I got 2 frames over here that have been frozen. Oh no, them cats are over here. Oh, here's a frame I put in there. Open queen cell. A couple of destroyed ones. Some capped brood. I see some bees doing some stuff in some cells. I'm fairly certain they have a queen because they have closed brood. As you can see. It's a nice little colony. It's little though. I think I see some larvae. At least a couple, I think. It's hard to tell in these black cells. I'm not really seeing any, I'm not seeing the queen yet. I've not spotted her yet. She may not be on this frame. Seeing drones though. This is the frame that I put in there. You can see that queen cell. That queen cell was on there whenever I put it in there, and they still haven't cleaned that off, so I don't know what's up with that. There's a couple of queen cells on here. They're all empty though. And the fact that there's closed brood, there's got to be a queen in here laying. Set this box. I'll set this frame into this box over here. Seeing as I'm moving them into this box, they don't need this big old open space. I worry they won't get to size in the time that they have left. It's about July, so I know they have a bit of time, but I just worry about them. They're drawing this frame out nicely. It's got closed brood on it. I see looking to see if I see a queen. It's not the easiest thing to do when you've got sweat all in your eyeballs. It's pretty hot out here, as you can see. She might be on the other side. Closed brood over here. Oh, there she is. There she is. Do you see her right there making a run for it? Damn reason. Sorry for using the cuss words, as they call them, but that really peed me off because we'd found the queen, and I'm hoping that data is saved. I found a queen in here on the second frame we pulled out. I have stuck it in the nuke because obvious reasons. I don't want to lose the queen whenever I'm moving them into a new box. So now then, they're working. They're working on this here frame. Alright, let's see what they got. As you can see, they're drawing it out. A little bit of brood, and some honey. That's good. I see some what looks like larvae. Honey on this side. Cap. What looks like a couple of drones maybe on this side as well, as you can see. So that's a real nice frame. And they're drawing honey out on that frame there. So this frame, not much is going on here. They're starting to draw it out, but that's about it. Instead, I can put a brood frame in there that's already been drawn out, let them clean it up and reuse it to try and really get their numbers up. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll stick that frame there. And we'll look at this one. This one has a little bit of honey, as you can see. But it's not even drawn out on the other side. So I don't know if I should leave this frame in there, because they're going to have to do a lot of work drawing it out. And I could just put another brood frame in there and be done with it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. They have a frame that they're building out and putting honey on. I could let them rob this frame out. Well, the bees in the yard, I should say, can rob it out. And I think other than that, this is empty. Yeah, it's empty. So, see, I've got these good. Look at that, there's already some bees on them. You know, these are nice drawn out brood frames. They're a little messy. But we put them in the freezer for 2 days, like they say. So hopefully that killed off any larvae left on them. And so these bees can clean them up and really make use of them. And they're already on this frame too. This frame's a little bit more wibbly wobbly, but as you can see, this frame is not in as good of a condition, but I think they can use these frames. I mean, it was a swarm, but I just don't know. I guess I'll put this honey frame back in there just because it was a swarm. And hopefully that empty brood frame I put in there, they'll clean it up and they can really boost their numbers, because then they'll have free brood frames. And ooh, this is a weird brood box. Well, I say brood box. I should say it's a weird. Let's put this. It is a weird nuke. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Most of these nukes, they come up to the edge like this one. But this nuke's got a lot of space on the edges. And it's got 5 frames in it. It's a 5-frame nuke. I'm not sure why it's got all that space. I don't think I can fit another frame in there. So maybe that's for honey, because your honey bulges. Alright, I'm going to pull this. I'll sit this down over here. I'll move this lid over. And I'm going to set this down here. Let that lean on that. Alright. Now comes the fun part. Moving this box and setting the nuke up. And they put a lid on it. Alright. Now we set the nuke up in the same spot that these were in. Let's see, does the camera get that? You see that big distance on the ends of the frames? I tried to center them. I'm not used to that in nukes. These nukes up here, they aren't as big. Like, that is a lot of space. I assume it's for honey, because I know the honey frames do tend to bulge. But most of the nukes that we bought were homemade. Same with the rest of the boxes. So it could be that they just made them smaller. But we found the queen in there. We put her in the center. And now all these, let me try to put this lid on here good. And now all these bees, they got a new box to come to. And hopefully this is more their size, and they will be able to finish out that front. Those, I think there was a couple of frames in there. Yeah, a couple of honey frames. Queen had laid a little bit on one. I put those on each end of the box. Put the queen in the center. Put that other frame that I took from 6 on this side, and then I put the empty frame on that side. So yeah, hopefully they can utilize this space better, fill it out better. I just worry about them having too much space in that 8 frame. There's such a small swarm. At least I know they have a queen. And that queen is off of 6, which are notorious for being defensive once you get into them. But these bees weren't that bad. So I'm going to stick this frame in here. There's a wood roach. Ew. And I'm going to see if I can get these bees to go up into their new box. So, because there's a few bees in here. I think they're kind of confused at the moment. Keeping my smoker going. So, we're still recording. Good. I moved that box. It didn't have no handholds though, so it was actually quite hard to move, or to pick up at least. I moved it hoping the bees will come back here. This is the same spot where the old box was at. Obviously it's changed color, but hopefully they'll come back here, and this will make a nice nuke box, and probably be one to sell. Of course, it still has a little bit of work though. It's got to build out some, but hopefully it will build up 2 or at least 1.5 nice honey frames. And oh, Innocence must be up. She cut the air off in the house. I had that on so I could cool off once I came in. Hopefully they'll build up at least 1 honey frame, so that way you can sell them with a honey frame. And hopefully what few bees are in here will leave it. So I gotta set the camera up somehow, some way, to go into these boys and girls right here. Let me see, what are we looking at? There we go. It looks good. Alright, I'm gonna grab my smoker. Give her a few puffs, get her going again. Get her nice and going. And I got this, Joe sent us this, really nice and handy. Obviously you have to have the space around the box to use it, but it is really nice tool to have. You can stick your frames on it. Alright, gave him a nice smoking. Put the smoker down. Alright. You can see here's one of the queen cages from one of the dead outs. There we go. Move this rock off of them. Oh, I see a spider nest immediately. Spiders build their nests in here, and what I found from pulling these tops off is that a lot of these nests have babies in them, baby spiders. Not sure why they go into a literal bee nest to have babies. I don't see no spiders now, but these bees have filled it out. I'm amazed. These bees are working hard. Look at these gals. I'm just wanting to check these outer frames and see if they've filled them out yet. Because if they haven't, I now have frames that I can put in for them. All the boxes we ordered from Man Lake. Now, Man Lake, they've been good to us in the past. Although some of these bee boxes were not the best. Let me set my hive tool down. Boy, now these bees are working hard. Look at that, they're drawing this comb out. They've already got some brood on it. So if this is the end frame and she's laying brood on the end frame, I see drones, I don't see her. Um, this was a split off of one of the ones that also swarmed. They swarmed after I split them, and they just didn't recover from it. I tried putting a new queen in there that I bought, and they just didn't make it. The damn flipping wax moths got them. Yeah, these are working hard. I can't believe they got brood on the end. That's a good queen. We'll see if we see her in here. This would, oop, that's gonna piss a few of them off. Get the smoker back up and going, just in case. Get my white smoking, get them to move off the top. Got all these dead bees on top. Put that right there. Another propolis. Boink. Put that right down. I saw bees harvesting propolis off those old frames up there earlier. Oh, I see some drone cells. There's a lot of bees in this box. My God. Whew. Loads of drone. Looking for a queen. Can't really tilt this frame. Not seeing a queen. I'm a bit worried, because that looks like that might be superseding cells at the bottom, but I can't really tell, and I can't really turn this frame not decently. Oh, there's the sun come back out to make me hot and allow me to see. Sorry, the camera's in a bad position. Those might just be drone cells. It's really hard to tell. Loads of drones though, like a lot of drones. Boy, it's hot out here, I can tell you that right now. For me, it is. Not seen any queens. I'm worried about this cell. There's a cell on this end. I don't know if you can see it. I'm worried that it's a superseding cell and not a drone cell. It looks pretty big to be a drone cell, and it's in a position where it looks like it's a superseding cell. So I'm worried that these bees are going to try to swarm. I don't know if they will, because they were put in this box this year. Put that right there. Get these bees off the top. That's right, move on back in there. Get off the top now. So now it's making me want to check this box more thoroughly. I'm worried about them swarming. I don't want them to swarm. I've had enough swarming. I think this box might be gonna swarm.
Oh.
It looks like they got superseding cells. I can't tell for certain, but they filled this box out.
You gonna put a netting on top of it?
It might be a good one to split if I can find a closed. If I can find more cells and know that they're going to swarm.
Okay.
I put them in a nuke.
Oh, I see.
I found the queen. They got a queen.
Awesome.
No kidding?
Off of
Looks
6.
good.
Off of 6.
Yeah, they feel me.
No, they were nice
I
to me.
hope these nails will work.
I hope they will too.
Like never found you.
So I can get them.
Is the door locked?
Nah, it's open.
I like your suit.
Yeah.
I got you a couple things.
Oh, they just got back. That's why I'm flying solo. They's busy. Look at these bees though. Beautiful bees. This frame's mostly empty looking. A couple of closed areas. It's got to have... Oh yeah, it's got larvae in it. I can see them a little bit. Normally I have a hard time spotting them. I'm getting ready to look at that side. See if I can find the queen and see what they're looking like further inside towards the center of the hive. If anybody knows that if a newly formed hive will swarm in the same year, let me know. I've read about them swarming multiple times, the same hive. But, like, it's not something I've experienced. We split the boxes with Major last year and we only had one swarm the whole year. But you gotta remember, we mainly put stuff like foundations in there, and they had to spend time building those out instead of building up numbers that swarm. So, I'm looking for a queen. I'm not seeing one though. But yeah, look at them bees. There's loads of bees in the box. I see what looks like a larvae in the bottom of the box, and they're dragging dead out. So, maybe these bees are a little bit hygienic, considering there's a larva down there. Stick them on that. I'm so glad Joe gave us that. That's so useful. No, I ain't found the queen yet. But she's laid all the way to the end of the box.
Really?
Yep. So that's why I'm looking more thorough through the box. See if I find any queen cells.
There's 2 bees huddled together right there. 3 bees.
They might be fighting or mating.
They had a dead bee.
Oh, they're pulling out dead bees and throwing them away. Discarding them. There's a bunch of dead bees in this hive on top of it.
I've never seen that before.
They're cleanly animals.
Yeah, boy, that was full, ain't it?
Yeah. Look at that right there, camera.
Holy crap.
Loads of closed brood. Some open cells. Looks like a little bit of nectar. But they're building out on the bottom there. That looks like a drone. That don't look like a queen.
We're going to check them nails. Make sure I got the right time.
Alright. Let me pivot this. And look at this side. Boy, they built this sucker out. Hunting for that queen.
Find it?
Nah, I ain't found it yet. There's a drone. Look at them cells they're building out on the bottom of that frame there. I'm breathing on them and it's disturbing them. See, look at them right there. Them look like they might be superseding cells, but they're all open. I got a couple of eel bees, but for the most part, they're pretty chill. Let me get my smoker going again. The main reason why I'm smoking them is to get them out from around where I'm putting in the hive tool. Thankfully, the cats ain't coming too close to me. I don't want them getting stung.
Thank you, I got the wrong thing, buddy.
Oh, yeah?
I got 1.5 inches. I should have got 1/2 inch.
Yeah, the ones that we've got are 3/4 and they're just a little bit too long. They stick out the top if I nail them in all the way on them frames.
I'll get you some more. Sorry about that, buddy.
That's alright. Wanting to put supers on everything, but I ain't got the nails for it. My deep frames haven't arrived yet from Man Lake. It's been about a month since they last delivered something, and I've emailed them and no response. Yeah, they got a good queen in here. Oh, so there's a queen cell, but it's not finished. I hope the camera can get that. See that cell right there? It looks like a queen cell to me. But it's not closed. But it will probably be closed in a few days. Yeah, we've had about 9 swarms. Tired of dealing with swarms. I would rather just split them and be done with it than having to get them out of a tree. This foundation has wire in it so I can hold it like this. They beautiful bees, and there's loads of them. There's another one they're building out. They got queen cells, but they ain't closed them yet. They look like queen cells. That looks like drones right there. Yeah, boy, they're doing good though. Let me get these. That one's alive. Get these dead bees off. You want to suit up and come look at them?
We gotta go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, him?
I will do that. I promise you that.
Yeah, I'll put him in it one day.
I
But
definitely want to.
you want me to try to put my wrong up there to make sure it's
Get these dead bees off. I'm trying to help them clean up the hive because they're trying to clean them up. Alright, there we go. Now then, get the smoker going. Alright, yeah. Off that frame so I can grab it. I see some brood. Some closed brood right there. They're on the bottom of the frame. Still ain't seen the queen yet. Seen loads of drones. As you can see. Now then. Gonna turn it around so I can get the other side. Our arms are getting tired. I'm hunting for the queen. I've not seen her yet. She could be down in the bottom. A lot of bees. A lot of bees. Boy, look at them go. That could be a sail. It's a weird looking, but it's a little small for a queen sail. Oh, there's the queen. See the queen right there? Making a run for it to the other side of the box frame. So the queen is still in here. We found her. She's on this frame. Look at all this closed brood. Man, she's been doing a good job. All these bees. Just look at them all. All that closed brood. She's a small little queen compared to some of the other ones I've seen. Oh, and I won't even, there we go. It's overcast now. It was sunny. I'm not even going to pull this last frame out. I found the queen. I've confirmed that the queen is still in here. So now, I'm going to move these frames together and put these other frames back in. Look at them building. Don't worry, guys. I'll reconnect you. Come on, move out of the way. Not moving out of the damn way. They ain't moving. There we go. Now I gotta put these frames back in there. Boy, this is a nice box of bees. There we go, got them in there. Get these frames back together. And I'm trying to center them. Box isn't exactly a little bit thinner back here versus up there. Pull that off of them. We're gonna put the top back on them and move them up because they are looking good. Actually, I have an inner cover. Nah, it's a 10 frame. It ain't an 8 frame. This box doesn't have an inner cover. It's the 8 frame. Trying to get them all. I'm assuming they're getting crushed when I'm putting the lid on them. There we go. So that old comb off. I think it might be going to rain. And I needed to check more boxes. I need to check this snook right here. Because I worry about them swarming. We still recording. Yep. That wasn't the only thing I needed to check. I needed to check a few other boxes. I got it in shot a little bit. A little bit. A little bit's all we need though. Just a little bit. There we go. Looks like it's gonna rain.
Yeah. We gotta go, baby.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you. Okay, so there's a few dead ones in here. Because they ain't got no inner cover. Grab my frame holder. Stick that on there. Great resource to have. Let's get into them while we got time. That's a lot of bees right there. I see drone cell. They've got closed brood. A lot of brood. They're putting nectar in at the top. Loads of closed brood and drone cells. Love you. This is a snook. Loads of brood.
Look good. Well, we're gonna get. Sister's asleep.
She got up and cut the air off.
Oh.
Thank you. I left your what I got you, Slam Jam, and your lottery tickets. I got you 3 lottery tickets.
Thank you.
Yeah, and she got suckers. And I'm taking this.
Okay.
I'm gonna put some on.
Boy, look at all that brood.
Boy, that was cool.
That's a laying machine right there. Boy, it's a laying machine.
Thank you. I'll see you, buddy.
Yeah. Boy, that's a good layer right there.
There he is.
Look at that right there. That is a good layer. She's filling these frames up. Oh, there's a dead one on me. Pull the stinger out. There's a carpenter bee. Oh, this one's mostly empty. She's probably laid in it though. That or they're putting nectar in it one. Oh, it's a closed brood. Flip it around, take a look at it. I hear somebody singing. I hear meow coming from this frame. I'm not seeing anything that looks like a queen cell. Because I know queens can sing. What are y'all doing down there? What is that? Oh, y'all making useless mounds on the bottom of the box. Boy, that's a lot of bees. They're capping up at the top nectar to make honey. I see brood. Pretty good looking box. Look at this side here. Loads more brood. My arms are getting tired again. Not really seeing a queen. See a drone. She could be hiding underneath all these bees. You see all these bees? It's a lot of bees. Or she could be physically in the box still. So she could be on this frame here. Oh, there she is. Do you see her? You see her running on there? Right there she is. Ah, yeah, she's beautiful. Beautiful queen. Got a big old bottom on her. Loads of brood right there. Drones at the end. Yeah, that's a beautiful queen right there. They're drawing some comb out on the bottom, but it looks like they're not really doing much with it. Queen is up near the top. Flip us around here. Yeah, it's just empty comb they're drawing out on the bottom of this frame. So a lot of bees. I'm seeing drones and I'm seeing, well, just a lot of bees. But I didn't really see no succession cells at the bottom of it or any queen cells. They're starting to get a little bit pissy. I can't blame them. So I think that's going to be the last one to do for right now. They know it's going to rain and they're getting very angry. Oh. As you can hear. So yeah, thanks for watching.